Connecting an AI coding agent directly to your local environment grants it permission to read and write files, but this broad access creates a massive attack vector on your machine. These agents run background commands that execute hallucinated API calls, pull your SSH keys, and silently introduce vulnerable authentication flows. We're going to lock this down by building a Citadel around your local agent using Zero and MCP. This defense relies on three pillars: hardware-bound encryption, strict bash guardrails, and an adversarial code compliance scanner. Running an unprotected assistant creates an insider threat with root access to your entire system. Step 1. Open your CLI and run npx 0 and MCP at latest. This command initializes the orchestrator. The architectural shift happens here. The AI model cannot connect to the internet directly. We route every request exclusively through 0 and MCP. Next, run the engine import command. This absorbs your vulnerable plain text API keys into the local 0 and vault, sealing them with AES 256 GCM encryption. Now, open your AI platform's configuration file and manually delete any remaining plain text keys to complete the air gap. Routing through a zero-knowledge proxy ensures that a compromised LLM cannot exfiltrate secrets because it never actually sees them. Leaving bash commands auto-approved gives an autonomous agent the ability to execute destructive terminal commands on your host machine without your knowledge. For example, during a routine debugging task, an agent might attempt to read your local SSH keys to troubleshoot a connection issue. Enable the 0MCP exec approval module to create a mandatory human verification checkpoint. This generates an intercept prompt for every sensitive command. Without this checkpoint, those keys would be ingested into the model's context window silently, leaving no record of the exfiltration until the damage is done. The orchestrator intercepts the agent's intent, halting the command before it ever touches your host machine's hardware. Exec approvals force the agent to ask permission, creating a strictly supervised execution engine from an autonomous tool. We also need to solve the 4-minute problem. This occurs when an AI generates code that compiles perfectly but contains silent, critical security flaws. To fix this, activate the 0 NMCP code review and attachment guard layers in your terminal. If the agent generates a vulnerable authentication flow, the scanner intercepts it, flagging the specific XSS risk before the code is finalized. This also protects the supply chain. AI agents will often run package installation commands without verifying the integrity of the code they are downloading. The dependency scanner monitors these requests and blocks the installation of hijacked or poisoned NPM packages before they are instantly halted. With the gatekeeper active, you can maintain development speed without compromising operational security. To safely use this agent for multi-step workflows, we rely on the declarative .0n workflow file. We will use the pipeline execution model, which forces the agent to follow a strict sequential path from step A to B to C. At each checkpoint, the proxy wipes any sensitive credentials from the data payload before returning the response to the AI. Test these guardrails by running a basic pipeline workflow that connects your CRM to a notification channel like Slack. Using structured workflow files confines the agent to a predefined, secure path and prevents scope creep. Your Citadel is now active. Your AI environment is protected by hardware encryption, proxy isolation, and self-auditing compliance scanners. The autonomous coding agent can now safely complete complex, multi-step tasks without exposing your secrets or writing vulnerable code. Check the video description below to download the .0n standard configuration file used in the setup. Maintaining system control is the prerequisite for deploying autonomous agents. Stay secure, stay building.